After all this time playing Elden Ring, I realized I don't really utilize buff that much because I secretly hate them. I know, I'm not gonna tell you why. However, I intend to use them properly this time to the point that I'm able to pull a one-shot on a boss. Now, I would categorize the term one-shot as two different types. A literal one-hit kill and a single button press that deals multiple damage for a certain duration. Depends on which boss. Some of them has two phase and I'm allowed to hit them once per phase. Okay, I know. I'm being too lenient for myself. But I'm doing this without using any exploits or glitch. The only exploit I'm going to do is the rune farming one. It's pretty harmless actually. Also, I'm pretty bad at this kind of run, but this run is surprisingly interesting. It is so interesting that I don't even want to do it again. Took like 2 weeks to record, so please, if you like any part of this video, consider subscribing. It will make my day and I really appreciate it. I planned the entire run to be a melee only run, so strength would be my primary focus here. But then I look at Dr. One Shot video and think, hey, actually a bow one shot, that's pretty cool. So I make my way to Altus Plateau and grind my butt off to get the bow and arrows. This will take some time, but for now, I'll explain how the buff works in the simplest way, I hope. There are 4 types of buffs: weapon buff, body buff, aura buff, and special buff. You can only pick one of each type except for special buff. They stack on everything. Here's the list by Shinji-won for reference. Thank you very much, by the way. Those are the basics, but not all the buff I'll be using. We still have to get through the equipment buff like the Black Dumpling, Mushroom Crown, but we'll talk about it later. Anyway, I got the Golem Great Bow, but I cannot use it. Why? Because it requires something called Tumble Buff to deal crazy damage, so I look for another option. In the meantime, I gather some necessary stuffs along the way. Since I'm unable to do the Volcano Man or skip, the weapon upgrade would be very minimal. On the other hand, I don't have to do the skip to get the Black Dumpling. Oh wow, that's pretty fast. Now we only need the Flame of Frenzy to proc Madness, and the first equipment buff is complete. Since I'm unable to get the Royal Net Resolve, Determination should work as a replacement. Melee build usually rely on heavy charge attacks, so X Talisman is a necessary pick. Okay, with 1 Talisman, 2 Crystal Tears in Flask, Blood Bowl Aromatic, and Golden Vow. The buff session wasn't that complicated as we only have Black Dumpling, so no hard swap required for now. Always keep in mind that Crystal Tear has the longest duration, so you want to drink it first. Alright, so let's see how this works.
Baik seperti yang diharapkan.
Due to limited items I could get, I was running out of ideas and out of desperation, I was willing to break the rules and went back to Volcano Manor to do the jump. But apparently after spending hours trying, I could only reach the 2nd pillar. And the 3rd one, I just gave up, man. Let's leave the wall jump and think of something else. So after picking up so much information out there, I think Giza's will do the job, but I still need weapons with higher damage, or AR as most people say it. So replacing the Zweihander for Great Sword and gather more smithing stones. Some smithing stones can be farmed without even killing a boss, but buffing material like Blood Bowl Aromatic, which needs Arteria Leaf, that cannot be farmed at early game, so I need to use them efficiently. You know, I don't have to one-shot Giza, but if I'm unable to one-shot him, there is no way I can one-shot any other bosses. Madness. And then, Flask. Golden Vow. Oh! 2,000. Not bad. Hello? I'm a drip detective, and I know you are a closet fashion souls as well, just like me. I'm bringing you something that might catch your interest. Don't be scared. I'm here only to sell some fire clothing. Project Orochi is a streetwear brand inspired by Japanese mythology and art. Boom, look at this. You recognize this guy? Oh wait, Marika, is that you? That's right, various designs from Project Orochi have some video games references. We got For Honor, like this, the Cyber Orochi tee, and a bunch of Souls reference as well. And that's really cool. My personal favorite would be Mr. Sullivan himself, especially the crew neck since it's very cold in here. There are also some non-video game ones like the Bloom Tree or perhaps some Christmas vibe t-shirt for your family and friends. Oh, it's sold out. Here, use my promo code projectorochi.com/Spartan to get 10% off. Take my free shipping with the North America pass as well. The rest of my stuff has been taken by those lobsters outside, but if you want to see more, you can follow their Instagram so you can keep up with the latest releases, so go ahead. Click the link in the description, projectorochi.com/Spartan to get that 10% off. I am the Drip Detective, signing out. Thank you Project Orochi for sponsoring this video. Also, using Giza's wheel means that I have to tweak my build a little bit, so I replaced the X talisman with the Ritual Sword talisman after killing the demi-human queen. The setup is still pretty similar as before, but I also bring Market Shackle to optimize the fight. Oh no. Gosh, I think I ruined it. Hot and somehow still made it. Well, usually it took me around 3 days to finish a run, but this time, those 3 days spent only on Margit. The question is it worth it? Absolutely not. But let's see if I can change my mind in the future. Feels like not all weapons can be used to one-shot, so I guess the highest AR weapon, which is the Giant Crusher. And might as well upgrade my Golden Vow with Commander Standard. There's also an Iron Blade for affinity changes that is very useful due to the use of heavy affinity on most of my weapons. Okay, so I made this script after the whole recording and honestly I didn't even think to try or experiment on Godric. He has 2 faces and I hit him 1 per face. Now, if I want to look back, maybe I should give Giza's Wheel a try beforehand, but there wasn't anything else I could get to power up except for using a Giant Crusher, which I equipped right away after beating Godric. This also opens the access to Mogwin for easier rune acquirements. As usual, I have to choose here either going for Renala or Radahn. Actually, I don't have a choice, I have to pick Radahn since it's essential for me to go down to Nokron. However, Radahn is pretty beefy with 9000 HP. I think it wouldn't hurt to go for Renala beforehand, maybe just to get inside Leyndell and maybe make my way down to Nokron. I'm still able to pull 3000 damage on Red Wolf, so that's pretty nice. But Renala has 4000 on phase 2. I gotta find more damage boosts. Flame Granny Strength will be a replacement for body buff, even though it has lower damage boost rather than the Blood Boil, but I cannot keep using the Blood Boil due to the limited material, and I guess a last detour to Volcano Manor after getting a sleep pot. Katsuki Noble has 10,000 HP, god damn, but he's pretty weak against bleed, so Giza's Will might do the job. Whoopsie. 1 damage through in the one shot run. Honestly, I don't care, but you guys decide for yourself on this one. Anyway, Royal Knight Resolve grants 80% damage on a single blow. We can throw away Determination now. However, this didn't change the fact that I still couldn't one-shot both Renala or Radahn. The biggest problem lays on how the buff routine has to be done inside the arena. It's making me anxious. This is the part where I struggle a lot. I should have visited Redmane's castle before going to Altus Plateau to get the Red Hot Wet Blade. But yeah, we can still get that later. Putrid Avatar drops a Stone Barb tier that gives you more chance to break enemies' poise. However, this guy has 12,000 HP with 121 defense. It's impossible for now. I also upgraded the Madness proc with Howl of Shabriri that works as body buff as well. And a spell version of Golden Vow because it adds 5% more damage than the Ash of War version. I might as well still use Commander Standard as it grants more damage, but I'm sure Golden Vow will come in handy in the future. All these buffs requires a bit more faith than most of your average churchgoer, so I gotta level up a bit more. While I'm currently in Mogwin, there's also an essential item I could get, which is the White Mask. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not qualified to acquire it at the moment. Well, looks like it still didn't go too well, eh? I'm a bit fed up actually. Everything seems to be impossible, so I might as well try the impossible. The Draconic Tree Sentinel. First time going after him without even getting the second Great Rune. Surprisingly, I did it with Giza's Will. Kinda. Yeah, the hit stops when he jumped to the side. However, I still count it as legit because I didn't let go the button there. It's still a one button press kill. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna do the more legitimate one on Fromazula. Continuing the grind, I found a way to get more Smithing Stones 6 and 7 for the Giant Crusher. And most importantly, I got the White Mask. Drink, then Madness. Flag. Then Resolve, then Jellyfish. Yeah! Oh shit, okay, 4k, 4,000, not bad, not bad. You should do for Renala. Alright, since some of the buffs ran out in less than 30 seconds, all the buff routine has to be done inside the arena. Good thing about Renala is you can find a safe spot to do all the shenanigans before putting down her shield. Surprisingly, I don't need the jellyfish shield on her. Sheesh, man! I mean, Renala 1 was quite satisfying, but same cannot be said with Verdun. Even with the same setup, I barely reached second phase, and not only that, you have to do the buff routine inside the arena, and only given a short time to pull the perfect hit. I don't quite remember how many attempts was this, but I gave up on doing the true one-shot, so I'll take the 2 hits for 2 phases, just like Godric before. Alright, pull out everything now. Come on, fast. Okay, rebuff now, rebuff everything. Man, this is crazy. Oh my goodness, dude, finally, man. So with that, I got the red hot wet blade because my next arc nemesis is this flippin' putrid avatar. Yeah, still not working. So we encounter another crossroad here. Before going for Godfrey, it's better to increase my damage by getting the final equipment buff, the Mushroom Crown, but it is located in the Lake of Rot, and to reach that location I have to either kill Moog or having a threesome with the twin gargoyles. Usually I pick Moog, but holy crap, 14,000, dude. Now we go with the gargoyles this time. While they only have 5,000 each, they are as troublesome as I expected, so I got a detour and visit some new places to get stronger. Also, I forgot to mention, I tried to gather as many smithing stones as well because apparently I'm gonna use more than one weapon, and I need them to be powerful. While I'm diving down under the capital city, I might as well get the Lord's Blood Exaltation. This stacks with the white mask for later. So usually I rely on rituals or talisman for a passive 20% damage boost. However, a red feathered branch can do the same with low health, and it also can stack with the kite shield, so I will replace the ritual sword with those, depends on the circumstances, but to get those 2 items I have to kill a death bird. I despise these guys, but one shot is definitely very useful for enemies like this. This is a very simple build with great swords since they are weak against slash, but to one-shot them, you have to hit them right in the head, or else it would deal less damage. Wait, hold on. Okay, this must be the right one. Woo! Almost. Almost. Alright, son, chill. This one's strong. I think, yeah, let's try Giant Crusher instead. 12,000! Man, this probably can kill Godfrey. Nah bro, it will not. You know, I've been acquiring stuffs for the different builds, but I haven't managed to find a single thing to improve my giant crusher. I remember I have a sole purpose to go to Nokron, and that is to beat the ancestral spirit. If I couldn't find more buffs, maybe a debuff works too. This guy is weak against fire, and thanks to the red hot blade we got earlier, I can infuse fire affinity to the giant crusher and stack them with the flame Granny strength. But unfortunately, I'm still unable to get the flame crystal tier from the putrid avatar, but I think the setup is enough. Alright, so the Remembrance of Ancestral Spirit gives you the weapon called the Winged Greathorn. It has a unique Ash of War that debuff enemies with negative thoughts. Though the casting time is slow as hell, I might still able to time it for this fight. No expectation whatsoever. But let's see how this goes, shall we? Oh, okay, shit, I still have time. Okay, come on, man. Come on, dude. Oh my god. Yeah. Got the mushroom crown and we stack it with the kindred rod exaltation by killing these bugs. So by inflicting poison to myself, I already guaranteed 30% extra damage for 20 seconds. A bit short, so let's make it worth it. Speaking about poison, yeah, fatigue pots, definitely need them. Godfrey is pretty tanky, with 7000 HP and 114 defense. Weak to pierce, but Zweihander would not do the job here since it's still under upgraded compared to the Giant Crusher. Okay, this is where I learned to do heart swapping. It needs practice, and for a beginner like me, the only heart swap needed is the helmet. This is my current talismans and crystal tiers. Now let's start buffing with madness as usual. Then, after drinking, followed by Golden Vow instead of Commander Standard because it has longer duration. Then quickly heart swap to Mushroom Crown and inflicts poison. The health bar will deteriorate very quick, so I need to swiftly cast the Winged Greathorn. Activates Royal Knight Resolve and Jellyfish. Wait a little bit, then crush him. Looks satisfying, isn't it? Bear in mind this took me a couple hours to pull. But yeah, it is very satisfying. Oof. Thanks for the pot, but I need something else. For Morgoth, I'll be using Giza's Wheel like before, but with some new addition with it. 10,000 HP is doable just like Gutsky Noble. I'm dropping the Mushroom Crown and replacing it with the White Mask, because I want to get a bleed. Now, the hardest thing would be inflicting Soul Stalfler inside the arena. Once I cast the skill, Morgoth will go offensive right away. But I can tell you, this is much easier than Godfrey before. I think Commander Standard should be cast inside. What? Bro, the bleed saved me. Now reaching the mountaintops of the giants, we have completed every equipment buff with the addition of seppuku. Alright, so here we are at the end game. There is only one way forward to the highest spot of the mountain where the fire giant resides, with whooping 42,000 HP. Whew! Being completely honest with you guys, it just seems impossible. But there are some YouTube videos showing that it's actually possible. Let's try to replicate their success. We'll start off by infusing the fire giant with magic, then stack them with Terra Magica. This will be very hard to execute, but I'll have to try everything. Attempt 100 something. Alright, careful. My god, it finally did. I feel like my fingers already get used to this. Got him. Those smithing stones will help a lot, but not quite enough because I forgot I still have to change the affinity to magic. So I got a glintstone wet blade. And also finish Sailfish's quest to stack it with magic scorpion charm. To be honest, the setup and the buff routine were beyond my skill level. And to make it worse, I have to rely 90% with RNG and wait for the fire giant to do a specific move, so I can safely cast Terra Magica before doing the weapon buff. Too many things to do in a very tight situation. 3 equipment buffs, Soul Staffler, while simultaneously creating distance between buffs. I've spent days trying to experimenting, but none seems to work. Yeah. My biggest damage was only 13,000 and it didn't even reach second phase. I had enough, bro. I took an L on this one. However, you can check out RS Lionheart. He's the one I saw did a true one-shot on Fire Giant, link in the description. On the other hand, Gutskin Duo would be very chill fight. Well, not exactly a chill fight, but it won't take as long as previous fights. 26,000 in total. Each has 6k and 8k, both has weakness to bleed and slash. This will not be a true one-shot, but it's more of a one-press kill on each of them. I don't use buffs except for the white mask and commander standard, and also crystals here, and also brings a few sleep pods. Okay, same as before. Spare me the 1 damage, guys. My aim is real bad. Wave the flag. There it is! So at this point I've unlocked every single location except for the Helic tree, but all the resources are available so I don't have to hold back on those materials. To redeem a little oopsie I did previously, a second tree sentinel needs to be taken down. Okay, here we are on Malekith, standing with 10,000 HP with 120 defense. This is a fairly tough one to pull. 10,000 is not that much, but his defense negates my one-shot quite a lot. I think the other issues I had was how relentless and fast he is. However, it is possible to bypass his second phase without having to land another hit. The setup is pretty similar to Fire Giant and it's much more doable. I noticed a specific spot that lands more damage than the others, just like a headshot when using arrows for example. But the damage was still not enough, so I level up my strength to max and switch some of my setups. Instead of using Jellyfish Shield, I'll be replacing it with Twin Bird Shield. I know it only boosts 5%, but that was a passive effect so I don't need to cast it inside the arena. Adding Godric's Great Rune for my HP as well. I mean, I could just level up, but it took more time. Also, I'm using Uplifting Aromatic, not for the damage boost, but for the damage negations instead. You'll see. Now the hard part would be relying on RNG, so Malekith wouldn't just charge towards me right away. Definitely spent more than 100 attempts on this, but this is the most satisfying one I had so far. Here we go. Attempt... I don't know, I lost count. Drink the blood boil and uplifting. Petite pots and then full, oh yeah, still refill FP fast. Alright. Oh my goodness, it worked! Finally, man. Thanks, YouTube tutorial. And now we wait. That was something. But the hardest challenge is yet to come. Gideon only has 6,000 HP. I would definitely destroy him, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and keep doing the necessary buff routine.
come, Elden? What a sad state of affairs.
So, I don't know if Godfrey is able to get one-shotted without the tumble buff, but first let me play a whack-a-mole for a few hours because I use all my rune arcs on Malekith. Well, you know, I love the Souls community, but screw these messages, bro. They ruin my buff routine. I'm going offline. So this might be the hardest boss outside the Fire Giant. Almost 22,000 HP with 120 defense. That's twice the Malekith's for you. He has weakness to Pierce and Lightning. Wait, I think not a weakness but more of a neutral stats. This time I'm using the Zweihander for the counter-attack multiplier or something. I don't know what it's called. Okay, at this point I can already get everything I need, and all the buff I did on Malekith was probably the stablest setup on my arsenal. Except, if I have to switch up the Twin Bird to Jellyfish, and that's what I'm trying to do on Godfrey. But here's the issue. First, just like Fire Giant, the setups has to be done inside the arena, and that's like the biggest problem here. I just wish I'm able to do it first try when the cutscene was shown. That's the only time I get a closer distance with Godfrey. Second, I noticed there is a specific spot that deals more damage, but I couldn't find where. Probably on his left leg, but I don't know. Since I want to bypass second phase like Malekith, I gotta deal 22,000 damage in a single hit. So, the quality Zweihander is everyone's recommendations. I level up my dex to 99 as well, but surprise surprise, it's still far from enough. Not working at all. I also had this idea of using fire-infused weapon combined with the oil pot that said deals 50% damage on the next single hit. This also combines with fire shrouding tear that I got from Earth 3 Avatar. But with the fire-infused weapon, I have to use the Giant Crusher on this one, since the build was better with strength only. However, as expected, this only leads me to second phase. At this point, I'm just tired. If I analyze even more, I would say the problem is, most of the time, my buff already ran out and I have to look for a specific opening to land on his left leg, which is again, RNG. I have slain hundreds of snow trolls for the arterial leaf and I had enough. I have given enough courtesy with him. Let's just go by 2 hits. Even with 2 hits, I'm still struggling to hit the right spot on him until I got lucky. Oh dude, this just ain't it, man. Right, Radagon. Let's just get this over with. Luckily, Radagon was quite easy. 13,000 HP and weak to fire? The same build for Putrid Avatar will definitely work. Still, this isn't the first try because I have to adjust the right spot and it has to be on his face. Oh, you thought the same build worked against Elden beasts? You couldn't be more wrong. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube using the dancing blade to kill Elden beasts, so I tried to get one myself from Elmer. The one thing I didn't notice was this weapon can only be OP if I got tumble buffed by something else. Usually they use the Godslayer greatsword, I think. That's why I'm confused. The damage difference was too big. I even got the wing sword Insignia and Godfrey's icon just in case I need them, but TBH, I ran out of option. For real this time. I cannot defeat Elden beasts. Now that I have taken another L, I want to try if incantations like Ancient Lightning Strike can deal with him. I mean, there are a bunch of one-shot videos with this specific spell. However, in terms of skill level, mine was below those people. I might be able to kill Radagon, however, I have never pulled a successful setup for Elden beasts. I'm gonna leave this one to the pros. This just ain't for me. Alright, let's wrap this up. So, subjectively said, I don't think one-shot is worth the run, obviously. But I think it can be useful for certain bosses that has difficult learning curve like Malekith for example. For myself, I prefer dealing small damage and slowly learning their movesets. What do you think? Have you tried one shot yourself? And if you do, let me know your build. Please, I'm desperate. Okay, before continuing my journey, special thanks to channel members and let's fasten your belt and maybe, if you're interested, take this journey once more to the Helic Tree or maybe to the Land of Reed. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you later.